Hello, the game has started. It's me to go fast. I've got the Q. I've got chins, which sorts the rack out. But with a vowel-heavy rack leave, I think it may be better keeping hold of the second S. Well, possibly not. Had I have drawn an E, I would have had Fosiest. As it stands, I have no bingo. However, I can hook chin, so I could play Zoes. Fit's not good. Zoist is also good, but that wouldn't get the Z tripled in column 10. Only an S hooks chin. I've got an I for going underneath the Q. So at the moment, Zoes looks best in column 10. That does take a D in front. I can't see a way of playing off the F with the Z. If my opponent were to provide an E, then Fosiest may play. Fizz is good, F-I-Z. No F for that at the moment. I could play Zit underneath chin. 27 points. Zoes scoring more than 40. So what else would use the F with the Z? Well, onto a Y, I would have Fosie, and I do have Fosie. I'm going to check this. It looks okay, but it may not be. And it is. So, what do I have apart from Fosie? I've got Fosiest through the E. Well, that would leave just an S, whereas Fosie would leave Sits, which is a better rack leave. Let me see what this scores. So 35 points, and Fosiest 40 points. Okay, probably not very much between those plays. My opponent will struggle to get value from the Z with Fosie, less so with Fosiest. However, Fosie is opening up column 15. But I don't mind my opponent playing there because he'll be leaving the floaters in Lively, and in particular the E. I am behind, and I want to keep the board open in order to bingo as soon as possible, and Fosie retains the I, which can go underneath the Q. Now, have I missed something better? My F can go underneath Lively, but I haven't got a play which reaches the triple. If I did, it may be worth hanging on to the Z. Okay, well, I haven't seen anything better than this. Great, I have Betaizes. Do I have anywhere for that? It doesn't play underneath chin. Lie takes nothing in front. So I may not be able to play it. Now, what about Beasties through the H? B-H-E-E-S-T-I-S. That could be good. Or, more likely, Behisties. I think I'll go with that. Slight doubts about both of those. IN and LI both likely looking two-letter sets. But I'm not great at spotting nines. Although I would have the Ness ending. So, I thought I had bittiness for a while. I don't. I have bite plus an I and then Ness. I can't see anything with L-I. Now, what about the E of Lively? Do I have anything through that? Well, I don't think I'll bother. I think I'll go with Behisties. And it'll be immensely annoying if this comes off, but I think it's good. Bisties for 76. That's a pretty good rack. Should Bisties stay on the board. I've got the fauna suffix with SE. Okay, well, I can't see any 7s or 8s, but it's fairly balanced, and I've got the F for score, and I've also got a lead at this point. Now, my F can go after EF in column 15, so I can play enough, ENUF. It is keeping duplicate A, but it's going to score quite well. I don't think enough takes an S, but that would be a marginal play anyway, and probably enough without the S would be better. Now, what about row B? Do I have a play through the P, tripling the F? Don't think I do. I've got a U for going underneath the Q, but I can't see anything there. If my enough spot is blocked, then a play of ORF somewhere would sort the rack out. So that would play parallel to Behistes. It wouldn't score very much. But the rack leave would be good. Now, I mustn't abandon the search for a bingo too soon. The T is a useful floater. Well, I can't see anything through that, or through the L, or through the P, so I think I am going to abandon my bingo search. Now, fauna had ES. I'm just looking at these 2-letter sets in the middle. Okay, I really am going to abandon my bingo search now. My opponent hasn't challenged Behistes, so I'm optimistic now that that's good. Do I have anything better than enough? Is there an alternative play in column 15 which burns one of the A's? Snafu doesn't fit in that spot. Now, what about a 3-letter play, F something A? Can't see anything. Woe takes E, N, and S on my rack as well as the F, but I'd want the F to be after F. My opponent taking a jolly long time with this move. Maybe he's drawn the second blank and is going to bingo again. However, he's 30 points behind, so even if he does bingo, he's not out of sight. I could play fawn in column 10. Or fauna. Well, yes, he has bingoed. That's annoying. Has he provided anything for me? No. Do I want to play through the O of clouds? I think I'm going to score a lot more up here. 46 points. I don't think I can match that elsewhere on the board. And this isn't a terrible rack leave. And I draw all consonants, so the duplicate A doesn't look as bad as it did. Now I can play Axe parallel to Bisties. Column 12 is quite hot. F takes quite a lot in front, so with 2 vowels, it's not a spot I can play in this time, but I can easily see there being a 50 or 60 point play down from A12. Something OA. Something, for example. Now, playing AX would score well, but it's setting up or leaving myself with a problem for the next rack. So, is there a way of scoring as much but leaving a better rack leave? V and X don't go well together. Vex sorts that out, but it's not going to score very much with the E's on this board. And I don't have any alternatives to axe in column 12. Okay, nice play by my opponent, 34 points for him. Do I have a play in column 1? Whether or not it uses the K, don't think so. What about a play in column 2? Well, I've got Vorts, V-A-U-T-S, 32 points. Keeping Dax. Axe in column 12, 38 points. I'm 22 points behind. Well, I'm not decided there. Now, what about row K? Well, I could play Taxa. But that's about it. What about column 8, getting my X doubled? Can't see anything there. What about putting the V on the double letter square? No, this is basically just a grim rack. And it's a shame because this is a great board. Quite a few hotspots. I just can't use any of them. Well, I think Axe is okay. It's taking out the best floater, and my opponent and I are pretty much neck and neck at this stage. It scores well, 38 points. It's providing another hotspot, which is good because the board has several. Okay, I'm going with this. Not great, but not disastrous either. I do have a second vowel, and this rack is a lot more flexible. I've got Vapid on the rack. No F for that. Except I do, because it can play in row I. Another bingo for my opponent. He has now established a decent lead, 60 points. And well placed as well. I don't have a high scoring play in column 1 because nothing goes in front of the V. I could play Vapid in row I underneath Chin. 28 points. Or I can play VoIP for 36. Well, this is a better play. Is there an even better one? Well, I could play Avoid in this spot for the same score. But I think ADST is a better rack leave than PST. So I'm going with this. And VoIP opens up a bingo lane in row O, and it leaves open column 3 and column 1, which are very good bingo lanes. And I'm only 24 points behind. This isn't a great rack. I can't see a bingo here. But I should be able to... Wow, is that another bingo? It is. 94 points for my opponent. Well, he is scoring a lot of points, and I'm now a long way behind. 28 tiles to come. Pretty bingo-y tiles, but no blanks. Quite a wide open board. So, how to sort this rack out and score? I've got an O for going after EX, so I could play Toe. Let me see what that scores. It's not blocking any bingo lanes. It scores 25 points, which is okay. It's keeping ADST, which isn't a great rack lead because DNS compete. However, it's still an okay rack lead. These are 4 bingo-y tiles. Only 3 E's to come, which is a shame. Although the E of Becloud is available if an S is in front of it, as is the first E in Adventure. Now, Toe was my immediate thought. Do I have a better one? Now, what about column 12? Do I have Woad there? Wow. Let me see. Now, this is 55 points. It's a big score. The problem I have is that I don't think def is good. I think it's diff, D-I-F-F, which is good. I certainly don't want to play a phony at this point. I don't think def is good, so I'm not going to try that, which is a shame. So, can I do better? What about a play in column 12, which gets my D or W doubled? Well, there's only datos, and that burns the S. Tef is good. So I could play Dote. Let me see what that scores. So that's 43 points. That might be worth doing, because I'm opening up a new bingo lane in row A. The rack leave isn't great, but there's a scoring tile in the W. So I might be able to play a short play in column 1, which scores 40 points next go. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this. Now, is Whittles good? Gosh. I think Whittolly is good with 2 L's. Whittles, and that would play in column 3 because YAS is good, I think. Whittles. Well, I'm just not sure about that. But maybe I do need to play it because I'm 70 points behind. Whittles. I may be thinking it's good simply because Whittolly is good. But Whittolly may just be a word which stands by itself. Now, if I don't play Whittles, or if the spot is blocked, how can I get value from the W? I've still got toe in column 13. I don't have anything with the K. I think I will try Whittles if it's not blocked. I don't see any bingos through the P. Now, row I is a bingo lane. I do have an I for going underneath the Q. Can't see anything there. Now, what about a play in column 13, sticking the W on this double letter square? Nope, can't see anything there. 10 minutes on both our clocks and 24 tiles in the bag. Okay. 24 for my opponent. Moment of truth. Will Whittle stay on? Now, I can play it in column 3. I can also play it in row B, but it won't get doubled. I have a slight doubt about Yars, and no doubt about the 2-letter plays that would be created in row B. So, Whittles, 79. Just waiting for this to be challenged. And it's challenged, and it stays on. Fantastic. Superb. So both Whittles and Yars are good. I'm now just 15 points behind. I've got a poor rack, but not an unimaginably crappy one. I do have a mixture of vowels and consonants. And I've got an O for going after EX. Fantastic. Whittle stayed on. Now, do I have anything down from the K? Just looking at the remaining the remaining tiles, just 3 tiles, J and the 2 M's, which score more than 2 points. So my opponent could be sitting without any of those. However, if he doesn't have any of those, he could be sitting on a bingo, and there are still bingo lanes on this board. Anyway, back to column 13. Do I have anything which makes XO? My R can go after EA. Well, I've got gyro. That's not getting doubled. It needs to be doubled to score well. Well, annoyingly, I don't think I have got a play there, so I need to look elsewhere. I've got an I for going underneath the Q. Yeah, nice score by my opponent, so I'm still 40 points behind. But I don't necessarily have to bingo to win. Just pausing in case I have a bingo with this rack. It looks unlikely, but I've got 4 of the 5 tiles for ology. Just looking at the P of VoIP, can't see anything with that. So, where can I score? Do I really have nothing down here? So I've got gyro. Let me check the remaining vowel situation. 7 vowels out of 16, so it's slightly consonant heavy. And there's only 1 O to come. 9 minutes on my clock. The only tile which goes after EA is R, so I am looking at RO. 23 points for gyro. Nothing beginning CRO. Or what about Krog? £27 points for Krog, which might not be good, but I think it is. Rackleave's dreadful. What about gyro here? Or do I have something beginning with T? So I have... Well, I was going to say Toyo, but I don't. A good Rackleave would be perhaps CIOR. So what about going for the best Rackleave? Goy for 20. That's taking out the N of adventure as a floater. So is there another spot for Goy? 7 minutes on my clock. I could play Yogi and Chi, providing the O as a floater, but that's at the expense of the N. ING is good, so do I have I something G? No. Very tricky situation here. 20 points, not very many. Two R's to come. The R does help this Rackleave quite a lot. I'm just thinking about playing Goy in comparison to gyro. The big advantage of gyro is that it's not taking out bingo lanes. Well, apart from through the T. 6 minutes on my clock. I just feel that there is a better play than anything I've considered. Orgy. What about Orgy? CIO, not a great rack leave, but okay in a Val light bag. It scores 26 points. It's providing a distraction to my opponent without interrupting bingo lanes. And I could place my C in front of the Y if my opponent doesn't take this spot. That looks a reasonable rack. So where are the floaters? I can't see a 7 with this rack. Coromine through an N, but not in this spot. 5 tiles in the bag. I've drawn one of the other scoring tiles. Now, do I have anything through the P? Co-Premier, which I've just blocked. Well done. Ah, how annoying. Co-Premier. I don't think that's got an anagram. That is so annoying. Oh well. Now, do I have anything onto the T or through the T? Can't see anything. I'm 21 points behind. Now, if my opponent doesn't take this Y, can I? I can play Cyma. C-Y-M-A. For 42 points. Great. However, I think this might spook my opponent. Or not spook him, but it just might be the easy thing to keep the score rolling along. Now, am I sure I'm not overlooking a bingo? Let me consider the floaters. I've got the T in 2 or in 3 spots. But I just can't think of a bingo with this rack. Now, Cyma stays available, but my opponent scored well. He's provided an additional floater in the A. I don't think I've identified all bingos with these 7 letters, so I could have overlooked something. So is there anything ending with an A? Can't see anything. So this is what I'm thinking of. Cyma, 42 points. I am going to empty the bag. I will have 6 tiles. 42 points would take me to 440, 15 points behind, and an almost certain loss. I will play that if I can't think of anything better. Now, does Co-Premier really not have an anagram? Well, there isn't an anagram that's coming to mind. 4 minutes on my clock. I can't see anything with a T. I've got the aero prefix with Mick. Now, what about through the S? Do I have anything which goes after IN? No, so that's not a lane. Now, should I, given that there are 2 tiles left, should I play off just 1 tile and hope to have a bingo? Possibly. What if I just played my? Now, is Co-Remia good? I think it is. Does that go anywhere? Don't think so. So there could be a 7 with this rack. 3 minutes on my clock. So do I play my? Keeping 4 vowels. 4 vowels unseen. If I draw another vowel, it won't be good. An alternative to that would be to play, say, Zo here. Which I think is looking a little bit better. Although I can't see any bingos with the T. Or do I play off 2 tiles, hoping for bingos in 2 spots? I think I will play just the O, and because I'm running out of time and I'd like to leave myself some thinking time. Okay, so I do draw a vowel. I can't see anything with the T. I can't see anything ending with the A. I've still got Cyma. Now, do I have anything through the P? No, I don't think I do. Okay. So, not a great ending rack. But I don't think Cyma was a winning play. However, my opponent can probably get 20 or 30, so even if I can bingo now, it may not be enough. Now, I've got an I for going underneath the Q. So I still have nothing which goes underneath IN. So what can I play in row I? Nothing that I can see. Now, what about a play with my M here? So I can play mice, or a mice, actually. A mice for 29. My opponent's got ruds, which he can play out in row B. And hopefully, and turds. If he doesn't play out, I've got Rin and Rip, so I certainly can. Five minutes on my opponent's clock, yeah. Okay, so pass to end the game. And the final score, 438 to me, 498 to my opponent, a winning margin of 60 points. So well done to my opponent. Let's see what I missed. It was me to go fast. It was a choice between chi and chins, or possibly cheese. So I played chin. Yeah, possibly cheese better, keeping INOS. Great rack for my opponent. He has quite a few bingos to choose from. None of them particularly easy. This was my rack. I thought about Fosiest. I preferred Fosie for 5 fewer points because I think the rack leave is 5 points better than S. Nice rack for my opponent, but no bingo. This is my rack. Behistes is good, but also Besties, which I didn't spot. I3 running underneath chin for 7 more points. My opponent's got a ton of bingos. This is my rack and I play enough. That looks fine. My opponent's rack, he plays Kuia. And now this is a grim rack. I'm only 20 points behind, but I don't have a great rack. Did I play Axe? I did. I played Axe, and that looks fine. And my opponent has another bingo, his 12th of the game so far. 76 for a venture. This is my rack, and I play VoIP, and that sorts the rack out. And another bingo, unsurprisingly for my opponent. 94 points, and now I'm not in great shape. I'm 110 points behind. Wast A12. Okay. And I played Dote, and this is confirmation that DEF isn't good. Dote for 43 looks fine, and the S is worth about 8 points, so there's not much between those, and Dote opens up a new bingo lane, which is what I want. My opponent's rack, he plays Geared, and now my shining moment, Whittles. And at this point, I'm only 15 points behind, so Whittles has brought me back into the game. And there are 12 tiles left, and there are plenty of scoring opportunities on the board. So at this point, the game is looking close. My opponent has the J, doesn't play it. He plays Caddy for 32. And this was a tricky rack. I think this is a rack I spent a lot of time on. I ended up with Orgy. And certainly in terms of score and rack leave, Orgy looks fine. The only downside to Orgy is that it's blocking the P of VoIP, but there are other bingo lanes on the board, so that's not an obviously catastrophic error. So I play Orgy. My opponent plays Jam. Well, I didn't have a bingo here. Copremia was blocked. And I was thinking about playing Cymer. Maybe I should have played it. 42 points. My opponent hasn't got any massive scoring tiles. Cymer, I'd have been 15 points behind. My opponent got 20 or 30. It's possible I could have gone out and caught him, but I don't know. I don't think it's unreasonable to fish for a bingo. However, I hadn't identified any which actually played. Now, my opponent has add nouns. Nowhere for it. Plays Anion. And I have Amis. Amici also playable in that spot. And my opponent goes out with Turds. And that's the end of the game. So quite a high-scoring game. Both of us over the 400. And a ton of bingos on the board. So well done again to my opponent for a good game. I hope you enjoyed that. And I will see you next time.